Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the No Structure podcast. My name is Matt, and I'm going to be your host today. We're going to be doing a big board and/or little board draft tonight on Underdog. We'll be streaming that live. We have a full show tonight. On top of doing the live draft, I'm also going to be sharing some of my trading cards with you guys. I'll be showing two trading cards tonight. I wanted to bring those into the episode. So appreciate you guys joining. Real quick, before we jump into the draft, I want to go ahead and just talk about our sponsor. So today's episode is sponsored by Fantasy Fitness. If you guys are ready to dominate your fantasy football leagues, check out Fantasy Fitness. You get full player pages, team breakdowns, a new center that pulls in 50 of the latest articles from the 5 major fantasy websites. Additionally, you can, if you want to go behind the paywall, you can integrate your rosters from Sleeper or FFPC or Yahoo. And when you do that, you'll be able to go to your front office, and then from your front office, you'll be able to access your rosters. Again, FFPC, Sleeper, and Yahoo are all supported here with full integrations. When you click on your dynasty team or redraft team, it'll pull this in within the last few seconds. It's up to date from the platforms themselves. You'll get your metadata. You'll be able to take notes about your teams, draft notes. You'll be able to view any roster notes that you've put on individual players, get AI insights about your team, lessons learned, mistakes that you've made, because we've all made them in the past, and kind of just keep building out those lessons learned so you get better and better with each team. And then we pull in the latest prospects as well. When you do the AI insights, this is going to give you a full AI roster evaluation of your team. So this is using the data we have about all of your players combined with the the scoring type that you're using and the format that you're playing. And what it'll do is create a full roster evaluation of your team, kind of identify the grade of your team, the strengths and weaknesses of your team, where you're vulnerable, comes up with an action plan for how you can improve your dynasty team, and then kind of gives you an outlook and conclusion, what it's going to take for you to sort of get your team to the next level. And as I mentioned, all these roster metrics about roster structure, which NFL teams your players are on, bye-week schedules as those come out, week 17 stacks, injury reports, contract information. You also get league standings and the bird's eye view of the league rosters in your league. So you'll be able to see all of your competition, the breakdown of their rosters, the draft picks, and be able to send them trades, do a trade analyzer if a trade's been sent to you, trade away specific players or trade for specific players, have the trade system surprise you or get into a conversation with the AI agent to kind of help come up with a strategy on how to improve your team. So that's all included behind the paywall, but there's a whole bunch of free stuff too. So go ahead and check out Fantasy Fitness, www.fantasyfitness.io. And that concludes our sponsor. Let's go ahead and get into the draft. I'm going to go ahead and put us into the big board. For those that don't know, the big board is the NFL pre-draft best ball main event on Underdog. It's a $10 buy-in with a $200,000 first place prize, $100,000 for second, $65,000 for third. The advancement rate here is 3 out of 12 come out of your initial pod. Then you got to finish first out of 10 in your next pod and first out of 10 in your last pod, and that'll get you into the 558 seat final, where you'll have a chance at the major prize money. So $10 to enter, 150 entry max. We're going to go ahead and commit the $10 to the process, and we're 3 away. So appreciate you guys being here. Saturday evening best ball stream. Again, my name is Matt, and I have been playing best ball now for 3 years. Last year, I had 5 teams in the round of 16 in Best Ball Mania. Didn't get into the finals, unfortunately, so that was a little bit of a letdown, but did get into 2 other Time Box tournaments, tournament finals. That was the Pointer and the Husky 2. So I had some good success there. Again, still haven't won my first best ball tournament, something we're all after here in the community, but it's obviously about a lot more than that. But we do want to win, right? So anyways, that's my little summary. We're getting into it here. We got the 2 spot, and we'll likely go Gibbs or Bijan here. We'll just have to kind of see what happens after that. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little background music on and kind of enjoy the vibes. Appreciate you guys being here. Let me know if that is a good level or if there's any issues with the audio, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna turn it down just a little. All right, on the clock, we get Gibbs at 2, so I'm gonna go ahead and scoop that. I like that, especially with the Monty news. For those that don't know, David Montgomery is now a Houston Texan. So backfield's been cleared out a little bit. Obviously, they'll bring somebody in free agency or the draft, but I think that opens things up even more for Gibbs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the board. After we took Gibbs, we had Puka go at 3, Chase 4, JSN at 5, and Taylor at 6. No surprises yet. Notice a couple names in the room here. Wigglesworth, shout out. Actually, that's the only name I know. So anyways, best of luck. And here we go. Might do an evening draft tonight with a buddy if he's around. We'll see how that goes. Got to catch up on Discord, and maybe we'll have a late night draft. 2 people in here, and we can bring some different takes to different players, talk about market pricing on these players, and players we like or don't like, team environments that we like or don't like, things of that nature. In this spot, I've kind of found myself doing more hero or zero RB builds. Not right at Gibbs, but after Gibbs, if I'm getting like Puka or JSN or Chase, it kind of just feels like I'm getting into more zero RB builds in those situations. But towards the back, more so getting into those like 2 RB anchor builds. But it just depends. Mix it up. Really I'm after different combos in these first 2 or 3 rounds. I just want to get as many different player combos as I can to try to create some uniqueness on these rosters without doing anything absurd with the picks. But yeah, that's definitely a goal of mine. All right, coming up on this pick, kind of open for anything here with these, next 5 or so on the board. Kind of just see what falls into our lap. All right. Well, I haven't been getting a lot of Chase Brown. He hasn't been there in my spot. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop him here. We'll go anchor, double anchor, RB, maybe triple. We'll kind of just see what happens. Okay. Gonna go Nico Collins here. I notice he's been falling just ever so slightly, and I like that price in the 3rd round. So we'll get him a few picks past ADP. Recap the start here in the first 3 rounds. Jahmyr Gibbs, Chase Brown, and Nico Collins. I think it's a solid start. Like I said, I'm trying for different combos. I don't know that I have this combo. I'm sure it's not that hard to obtain, but that being said, I still want to get as many different combos as I can. Let me know what you guys think of the team so far. If you're out there on YouTube, we can engage in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just here to entertain. Let's see, thoughts on the 3rd and 4th rounds. I think ETN is a little pricey. This is especially pricey for me. Certainly not taking him over Jacobs. I don't think I'm taking him over Breece Hall. So he's a free agent. He could end up any number of places. The uncertainty of his role, combined with maybe the fact that he's been less efficient running between the tackles over the last couple of years. I kind of see him more in this Kyren range. I could see you taking him over Kyren if you're not sure about his situation there with the Rams, but outside of that, I'm not pulling him up to the 2-3 turn. Rice has been falling, and I think that's, this is a more appropriate price. He used to go with the 2-3 turn, which was pretty crazy. I never made that click, and I'm happy about that. I'll click him over here a little bit, but definitely not at the 2-3 turn. Otherwise, nothing else to report or comment on at this time. Maybe we get a faller here in the 4th. Who knows? Like these wide receivers. Running back, the cutoff for me is kind of RJ Harvey, DeAndre Swift. I feel like there's kind of a tier break there. Actually, that's not totally true now that Monty got traded. I like Monty kind of right there just after or around Swift. And then I see a little bit of a tier break. I haven't taken Colston Loveland for a while. Kind of hard to take him over Mbuka, but I'm going to do it. Little divisional correlation here with Detroit. Get Gibbs in Detroit with Colston Loveland in Chicago. I do like those divisional correlation 1v1s or 2v2s if I can get them before the draft, before the schedules get released. So I will say that, but I have plenty of Mbuka, and I get him back, so even better. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Emeka Egbuka, that second wide receiver spot. So we're kind of in a balanced build at this point. We're kind of taking what the board is giving us. We'll recap. Gibbs and Chase Brown at running back, Nico Collins and Egbuka at wide receiver, and then the very talented second-year rookie breakout, Colston Loveland. I do have some concerns about the situation, the volume he's going to get, maybe, but he definitely has the week, the single week upside that you look for in any tight end. He's 2 rounds cheaper than Bowers and Trey McBride. So I'm having trouble kind of pricing him, but for his week 1 ceiling and the fact that they just cleared out DJ Moore, it's going to be Burden, it's going to be Loveland, it's going to be Rome Odunze, and he's almost effectively a wide receiver, or he can run routes like a wide receiver. He has great hands, good size, good speed. He can block, so he's going to be on the field a lot. So there's definitely a case to be made for this price. So yeah, went ahead and got some Colston Loveland. Top 10 draft capital. I mean, that says a lot right there as well. And he put it on tape his rookie year. So it's not just the draft capital, and we're wish casting going into year 2. Like, Loveland balled out. I mean, anyone who paid attention knows that. Go back to that Cincinnati game, and then if you still have questions, come back and talk to me. Coming into the end of the 6th round, down the stretch here, having trouble drafting Parker Washington, especially at 65. I got him a few times in the early 80s, and that felt fine, but Parker Washington at 65 is a little crazy for me. Tell me what you think. Kind of open to anything here. Okay, I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. His price doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I think he should be a little bit higher. Got 2 elite wide receivers, good coaching staff. I know they're replacing their OC. I don't know a ton about who's taking over that situation quite yet. But his rushing touchdown upside for 1. I think I'm just going to go Ricky here. It's between Ricky and Jaylen Warren for me. We'll go Pearsall. Going to keep building out this wide receiver room. No real correlation or anything on that one, but if he can stay healthy, I mean, he should get a ton of targets. I know that's a big if, and it's been a problem for his entire NFL career, starting from when he got shot on the streets of San Francisco to just the hamstring injuries and everything else. It's been tough, but the talent's definitely there. Don't know if Jennings is coming back. Got the Achilles injury with George Kittle, so I think he definitely has a chance to establish himself. We'll see if he does it. "13 picks away." Let's head over to the board. Appreciate y'all being here. You are watching a live stream of the Big Board Underdog Best Ball Tournament. We got an anchor, double anchor RB or robust RB build cooking here. 1, 2, 3, 1 is our current build structure. Pretty balanced. All right, coming down the home stretch here, pick 95. When I say home stretch, I mean home stretch of the 8th round. if you guys want to watch this on YouTube, my handle is at fantasyfitness.io. You get in there, we can engage in the comments. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get Brock. Actually, no, I'm gonna go a tight end. I'm gonna go Laporta. We'll see what he does at quarterback. If he goes, I'm gonna maybe might take Goff. We'll see. Okay, I kind of want to go Goff here. It's tough between Goff and Purdy because I have Pearsall. I have the double with Gibbs and Laporta, so I'm going to take the double. It's close for me. Those guys are both very similar. Last year, well, he's about good for about 300 yards. Obviously, he missed some time last year. That's Brock Purdy. And then if we go look at Goff, he's like a 300 machine, 290, 303, 336, 305. I'm going to guess he's going to get around 300 points next year. I don't know. Is that a good guess? You guys let me know in the comments. We get the double. That one's interesting. I could have gone either way with Brock Purdy or Jared Goff, but I chose Goff for the double stack with Gibbs and Laporta. Didn't really like what I was seeing there, wide receiver and running back. So I guess it made sense. Get the double, and then takes a lot of pressure off now at the quarterback position. Can really focus on these other position groups. Try to find some real good players, add some good texture to the rooms, and build a banger. So that's the goal. Appreciate you guys being here. You are listening to the No Structure Podcast Evening Best Ball episode. Six picks away. So when I'm building this team, I'm not thinking about structure right now. I'm definitely thinking about spike week upside. I'm thinking about best player available, looking a little bit for correlation with the quarterbacks or, divisional pieces. But, my primary objective is to get the, who I perceive to be the best value on the board, and then, making other considerations at the same time. I one pick away. For me, it's between Jaden Higgins and Matthew Golden. I'm going to go ahead and go Higgins, and we'll go ahead and get the two main pieces, I think, for that Houston offense. The Twin Towers, as I'm calling them, the new Twin Towers, Nico Collins and Jaden Higgins. Hit that double going. And then get Matthew Golden too. Why the hell not? Sweet. So double anchor RB, robust RB build. Let's recap it real quick. 2-5-5-2. We have Jalen Hurts, no stack. All that rushing upside, rushing touchdown upside. I think the defenses in that division are relatively weak. So I like scoring opportunities up there in the NFC East. We've got Jared Goff double stacked with Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Laporta. We have Chase Brown as our other running back. And then wide receiver, Nico Collins, Mika Egbuka, Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Higgins, and Matthew Golden. Solid wide receiver room, I would say. A lot of young guys, second year breakout, hopefully third year in the case of Pearsall. Yeah, so we'll have to see how that room kind of plays out, but I like the texture and the upside in that room. And then two studs at tight end, Colston Loveland, Sam Laporta. Maybe you add a third late, but this build certainly doesn't need it. We'll see what the board gives us. That's always the question. Again, if you're just joining, welcome to the No Structure Podcast. My name is Matt. I'm your host tonight. This is the evening best ball show. We're doing a big board live stream on Underdog. The handle is at Fantasy Fitness IO on YouTube. If you head over there, we can engage in the comments. Otherwise, for X, the handle is at Fantasy Fit IO. Give me a follow if you want to be notified for future streams. Doing these all the time now. We'll be streaming every day practically from now to the beginning of the NFL. Obviously, there'll be some breaks in there. I'm not going to say we won't miss a day, but we're going to try like hell not to miss a day. And if we do miss a day, we'll do it multiple days on another day. How about that? All right, for me here, this one's easy. Rachaad White. Simplest click on the board in this range. He has been going up a little bit in price, but he's still too cheap in my opinion. We had him as our third pass catching running back. Okay. It's either him or the cornerback. We'll go with Kamara. Get some divisional correlation, although I do think he's probably on the way out in New Orleans, so maybe that's not the cleanest pick from a divisional correlation perspective. Don't dislike his price here, although, I'm not taking him over Rachaad White. Probably taking him over guys like Woody Marks and Emmett Johnson. I don't really understand why they would necessarily be going in front of him. Charbonnet's hurt. Brooks has had 2 ACL repairs. Tajay Spears hasn't been able to rush for more than 300 or 400 yards in a given season. So, yeah, I think this is the right price for Kamara. And we're in good shape. Very balanced build. Good upside in every room, pass catching upside in every room, especially at the running back. I should say pass catching upside in the running back room. You would expect that in the other rooms. All right, Let me get to the board. Keep forgetting to do that. Hopefully you guys are not annoyed by the fact that I'm forgetting to go back to the board. If you are, get in the comments and let me know, and I'll shape up. Just trying to keep things chill and light on this Saturday evening. After we make these 2 picks, we're going to go ahead and do the card showing. I'll go ahead and pull up those cards I told you about. I got 2 PSA 10 graded sports cards to show you guys as part of tonight's episode. I want to bring that into each episode, take a break, kind of like the 7th inning stretch, and I'll just bring up 2 cards from my collection and kind of show you guys those as best as I can on the camera. But yeah, we'll be doing two cards tonight after these next 2 picks. Look forward to that. For those that are just joining, this is the No Structure Podcast. My name is Matt. I'm your host today, and we're doing a big board draft on Underdog. Appreciate you guys dropping by on this Saturday evening. Hope you guys had a great Saturday. We'll be streaming all the time between now and the start of the NFL. Big board, little board, time box tournaments, Best Ball Mania, you name it, we're doing it. We keep things chill and light in here. We're just here to have a good time and draft banger best ball teams. All right, for me, this one is Jalen McMillan, wide receiver for Tampa. Injured last year. He's kind of right there in the same price range as Pat Bryant. He's put a little bit more on tape, but I think that's fair. Otherwise, I'm seeing definitely some mispricing here. I'm certainly not taking AJ Barner over David Njoku. Could grab Michael Penix here, but I'm going to keep this a 2 quarterback build. Let's go ahead and snag Njoku. Grab our 3rd tight end. I just can't pass up on that price on the board. Got all sorts of question marks around these other guys. And then you have David Njoku sitting there saying, please draft me. What are you doing? And that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and recap the squad. Jalen Hurts, no stacks. Jared Goff stacked up with Gibbs and Sam Laporta. Like I said, Gibbs followed by Brown, Rashad White, and Alvin Kamara at running back. Solid 4. Pass catching upside with every one of them. And some divisional correlation between Detroit and Green Bay and Chicago, and then Tampa, Bay, and New Orleans, although he may get traded. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Nico Collins, Emeka Egbuka, Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Higgins, Matthew Golden, and Jalen McMillan at wide receiver. And then 3 studs in the tight end room: Colston Loveland, Sam Laporta, and David Njoku. Go ahead and show you guys the 2 cards from the collection. Today I'm pulling out, let's see, crap, I gotta, stinks. Let me get the light up a little bit. All right, so here we have the Chuba Hubbard. This is the 2021 Prism Autograph No Huddle, Gem Mint 10, number 355. If I can get that going, there's a lot of kind of blue in there, blue and silver. And we got Chuba's signature. And then the other one from the collection I pulled out today was the Devonta Smith. This is also an autograph no huddle 2021 Prism. This is the number 335, and this is also a Gem Mint 10. So that's Devonta Smith's 2021. I believe this is his rookie card as well, if I'm not mistaken. Gotta check on that. So that's 2 cards. Let's get back to the board here. We're 7 picks away. Coming down to the last 6 or 7 picks here. All right, let's get it on. All right, here's the board. 5 picks away. We got a 2-4-6-3 build so far. Looking for wide receivers and running backs at this point, but going to take what the board is going to give us. You are watching the No Structure podcast presented by Fantasy Fitness. So between Ray Davis and Hawk for me, ooh, that's tough. Let's go Ray Davis. Like his price here. Hawk might come back. There's also Ferguson there. And I'm not necessarily trying to get tight end, to be honest with you. But man, Hawk at 194. I don't do a lot of 4 tight end builds, but I don't know how I pass this up. Colston, Loveland, Sam Laporta, David Njoku, and Hawk. We're done at tight end. We're done at quarterback. The focus the rest of the way is running back and wide receiver. Back to the board. I know Hawk had a bad year last year, but I don't understand this price whatsoever. I just don't understand this price, so I'm gonna take him a lot in this range. Normally he's not my 4th, I'll say that, but for the opportunity cost of the players around him, I think he was my favorite player at that spot. If you guys join on YouTube, that's at Fantasy Fitness IO. That's the handle. You join the episode there. We can engage in the comments. Over there on X, I can't really engage, but happy to present. So appreciate you guys stopping by. Excuse me. All right, coming down the home stretch here in round 18. So 3 more rounds in this 20-round big board draft. We've got a 2-5-6-4, very balanced build. Started off as double anchor running back build. Then we went into quarterbacks, wide receivers, and tight ends. So started off Gibbs and Brown, followed by Nico, Colston, Loveland, Mika Ibuka, Jalen Hurts, Ricky Pearsall, Sam Laporta at 95. Goff to get the double stack, followed by Higgins and Golden, Rachaad White and Kamara, McMillan, Njoku, Ray Davis, and TJ Hawkinson. 2 picks away. What are we going to do? All right, I'm going to go Caleb Johnson here. I know it was a super disappointing rookie year for Caleb Johnson. 3rd round draft pick out of Iowa University. Came in with a below average 40 time in the combine. Real quick, let's get this second pick out of the way. Well, kind of like Darnell Mooney here, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Noel. We could do triple. Let's go Darnell Mooney. He just got cut. I don't know where he's going to land, but definitely signed with somebody. Last year he was going at like pick 80, 90, 100, somewhere in there. That was pretty insane. Now you know we're getting him at pick 218. That gets us our 7th wide receiver. Might end there since we went with 4 tight ends in this particular build. We'll see. Definitely I'm kind of leaning towards running back, but we'll just kind of have to see what the board gives us. Let me see. All right, 14 picks away, back to the board. Made our 19th pick, and now we have 1 more to go. Thinking maybe running back, but could grab an 8th wide receiver. We're definitely done at tight end, and we definitely, you know, scooped up the value on the board, you know, at least from my perspective. You guys are welcome to disagree. RB, we have 6. We started off with the 2 early. That gave us some breathing room to chip away at wide receiver, tight end, and quarterback. Then we came back where the value pockets were, at least in the case of Rachaad White. Ray Davis is more of a handcuff on a really good offense, but behind a good offensive line on a team that likes to run the ball. And he does have pass-catching chops, so he can be involved in the passing game. And he's got the size to consolidate touches in the event that James Cook misses time. So lots of reasons to like Ray Davis. Caleb, it's really about reviving his career, or getting it started in the first place, I should say, because he had like 25 fantasy points last year. Just not good enough, but I'm willing to give him another chance at 215. I like the price. Wouldn't mind a wide receiver here either, but I'm just yeah, it's Jordan James, I think, for me, or Ollie Gordon. I guess I'll go Ollie Gordon. He's got the size, and he may have a standalone role in that offense, whereas James, I feel like, could be a bit more of a high-value handcuff. Not that that's bad, and with the San Francisco piece, definitely could have made an argument for that. I wanted to kind of consolidate a little bit around San Francisco's offense. It was between James and Ollie Gordon for me. He could have a standalone role. We know that HN's never going to really consolidate a ton of carries. He is obviously super efficient and explosive, but maybe Ollie Gordon's role grows a little bit. I don't anticipate it's going to be a great offense, but at this price, $239, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on Ollie Gordon. That is the draft, everybody. Let's go ahead and recap the team, and you guys can let me know what you think. Appreciate you all being here. This is the No Structure podcast evening best ball draft. We did the big board live stream here on Underdog. $10 buy-in, $200,000 to first. This is the NFL pre-draft best ball main event on Underdog. And here we go. We ended up with a 2-7-7-4 build. That's atypical for me, but that's what the board gave us. At quarterback, we have Jalen Hurts. No stacks there. Followed by Jared Goff, stacked up with Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Laporta. Nice double stack. At running back, the aforementioned Gibbs, followed by Chase Brown, Rachaad White, Alvin Kamara, and then some younger guys, Ray Davis, Caleb Johnson, and Ollie Gordon. That gets us our 7. Solid 7. 7 at the wide receiver position. Started off with Nico Collins in the 3rd, followed by Emeka Egbuka, Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Higgins for the Twin Towers, Matthew Golden, Jalen McMillan, and Darnell Mooney as our 7th. Pretty solid there. Couple young guys, couple third-year players. Hopefully we get some breakouts. Mooney lands in a good spot. Baker has a bounce back, and we get some touchdown upside from Egbuka and McMillan. Solid room, not a great room, but a solid room. And then I think the best room of this particular team has to be the tight end room. Let me know if you disagree. We have Colston Loveland at 47, pick 47, 4 picks past ADP. Sam Laporta right at ADP, pick 95. David Njoku at 70, and I think he's undervalued. And then TJ Hawkinson at pick 194, and he's definitely undervalued. So I'd give the tight end room an A. You guys are welcome to argue with me there. Wide receiver room, B. You know, wish there were maybe a few more, maybe one more piece in here early, but overall, solid room. 2 anchors in the tight end, in the running back room, with Gibbs and Brown. Some good upside with White. Kamara, I'm not sure what to make of him. He's older, a little washed between the tackles. And then 3 high-value younger guys, high-value Handcuff and Davis, Caleb Johnson, second-year guy, and Ollie Gordon, second-year guy. So we'll give that room a B2. And then a 2 quarterback room. But we have our rushing quarterback in Hurts, and then our solid 300 points a year, Jared Goff with the double. So I'll give that room an A-. So overall, I'm going to give this team a B+. I think it's solid. We didn't stick to structure for the sake of sticking to structure and drafting inferior players. That showed up by getting 4 tight ends in this particular room. That's why we call it the No Structure podcast, because we want to draft superior players regardless of position as often as we can, and not maintain structure for the sake of maintaining structure. It's really about getting high spike week guys, explosive players in each room, and building the best, deepest rosters we possibly can. So I hope we did that this evening. Again, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Fantasy Fitness. Visit Fantasy Fitness at www.fantasyfitness.io. Fantasy Fitness is intended to help you get better at fantasy football. What do I mean by that? Well, they offer all the latest headlines. 50 articles are updated a day from 5 major fantasy news sources. So you're always getting the latest news. That could include general news. That could include rankings. That could include dynasty news. That could include best ball news or DFS articles, and those are being written, and we're in season. In addition to that, you get the front office, which is just fun, for fun. You show your trophy case. You get to get on the phone and talk smack to your league mates, and then you can dive into your computer and get down to work. You have all the player pages, all the team pages, so you can get very intimately familiar with every player in the system, their production, their athletic profiles, their team environments, their positional competition, coaching write-ups, and their film work. Likewise, behind the paywall, you can integrate your rosters on FFPC, Sleeper, and Yahoo. Does direct integration, so you get your latest rosters at the time you load your roster. It tells you the name of your team. It pulls in your avatar. It tells you that when it was recently synced, the platform you're playing on, the format, the scoring type, who the managers are, what your record is. When you add individual player notes, maybe you're working trades with league mates, you're keeping some good notes. Those notes get surfaced up to the top here, so you can quickly see what notes you have on any given player. You can do an AI Insights report, and it will build out a full report of your roster and give you action items to improve your team. You get the bird's eye view of your league standings and your league rosters, so you know the full breakdown of all of your league mates' teams. You can quickly access their players and dive in on them. You can analyze a trade that they send to you. You can send away specific players or send for specific players. Ask the AI agent to surprise you, or get into a conversation with the AI agent about your team or about how to craft a trade, all those types of things. So definitely check out Fantasy Fitness. That's our sponsor. We're going to be back on tonight for a late night show, probably around 10 or 11 o'clock Eastern. This is going to be the evening best ball episode. I may be solo. I may have a friend on. But either way, we're going to be drafting tonight. We'll get one more big board or a little board draft in. And we're just going to keep this train moving all summer long. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already. For YouTube, the handle is @FantasyFitnessIO. And if you're on X, for X, it is @FantasyFitIO. Be sure to follow or subscribe so you're getting notifications when we're jumping on, and you'll be able to drop in, just come into a chill environment, watch a best ball draft. Here's some commentary, here's some player takes. Hopefully we build a banger in the process and learn a little bit about best ball. And that's really the intent of all of this. So hope you guys enjoyed the show. Appreciate you guys dropping by. Want to keep this under an hour so you guys can go get yourself some dinner, come back tonight and watch another episode, and we'll be here. Have a good rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.